The deep dive topic for today is all about invoicing, and I would say that's probably the most important part about any business. And this is relevant for small business viewers on the topic today, or for accountants and bookkeepers. Now, the first up and most important part about your invoicing process is it needs to be part of your workflows. It should never be an afterthought. And what do I mean by that? Don't leave it till the job is completely done and you've done other jobs and you decide maybe I should get some invoicing done. And certainly it shouldn't be an end of month process. Now, I know some industries do, mean that you need to be invoicing at certain periods, but still it should be drafted a lot as you go along to make it even faster at the end. So when I say integrate as part of your workflows, think about when you can get paid. Is it at the end of the job? Are there milestone dates agreed with your customers? And make sure that you're capturing the data that you need for your invoices along the way. And then as soon as you get to that date, hit the go button and send that invoice. Now, I had a client come in just recently and we were looking at why he wasn't being profitable, why he was lacking in cash, and it was all about that. He was entering data 2 or 3 times into different systems, even though the systems are designed to connect, and it was just taking forever. And invoicing, believe it or not, in his business became a burden. Now, you wouldn't think that for a small business invoicing would be a burden, but it really was being hard for him. So we worked on that and we were able to improve it very, very quickly. Now, the next up part is, your invoice needs to look professional. It needs to have your logo on there, it needs to have everything about your business, it needs to represent your brand. Just like everything with marketing and branding, it needs to be consistent. Next tip is make sure that all the payment terms are clearly on there. Let there be no discretion with your clients as to when they are meant to pay you. You need to capture all the data related to the job or product or service that you provided to your customers, and that's because you don't want them challenging you. Well, what's this for? So make it very clear for them so they know how the invoice is being made up and what they need to pay. Next up, you need to ensure that your invoice is either sent online via the cloud or is accessible online to your customers. Don't just be sending it in the post. And even emails can get lost these days, and it's very easy for someone to say that they haven't received your invoice. So think about that as part of streamlining it. It makes it faster for you as well. Next up, be sure to make it easy for your clients to pay you. Now, personally, I use my credit card for paying pretty much everything, mainly due to frequent flyer points. But I really, really dislike when clients say cash only or EFT only, not clients, sorry, people that are giving services to me, because I like to pay them their credit card. These days, there are so many options out there and they're very, very cheap. You don't want to make it hard for your clients to pay you. Don't give them an excuse not to pay or to say, I don't have cash this month. Credit certainly needs to be part of there, and it doesn't need to be one of your traditional banking institutions. It can be things like PayPal or Stripe. And the beauty of those things is they also integrate into your accounting system. Next up, think about if you're an industry that can allow for this, to encourage clients to pay you early. So discounts for early payment or any other sort of incentive to pay you early. I mean, if you can get the cash in 15 days earlier than what you would normally, what's a couple of dollars here or there if it's in your bank? And you need to have a really good way of following up payers that are late. Bad payers or ones that just fall into a bit of trouble in making payments to you. So, statements, invoice reminders, you need to have that system down pat, because as soon as somebody goes overdue, you should be getting in touch with them to remind them that payment was due, a couple of days ago. Now, I think what's really important is you need to have a technology overlay on all of this. It shouldn't be manual, it needs to be automated. So technology should be doing as much of the heavy lifting as possible. That can be everything from bringing data from one system to another to generate the content of invoices. It can be looking at the way the invoices are sent. It can be looking at the way the statements are sent. It can be even at the end of the process when it's reconciling against two invoices that are in your system and that reconciliation process. So you want to automate as much as possible and reduce as much double entry or triple entry of data into different systems. And so the key there is to generally pick a management system or a job system or an invoicing system that links into your accounting software and brings it all together. So that's the big tip, is technology should be every part of this invoicing process. And last but certainly not least, if this isn't your area of expertise, engage an expert, an accountant or a bookkeeper, or even a systems process specialist to help you streamline this part of your business, because you really want to make sure that it's efficient, it's easy for you to send out your invoices, it's easy for clients to pay you, because once you've nailed this part of your business, you can get on to improving other areas, but ultimately, without sales, without invoicing, we don't eat. So really focus on this as one of the key parts of your business. Get it nice and efficient, and you'll be reaping the benefits.